What's up, YouTube? Desert Maverick here, and we're going to talk about Trials of Reckoning and the team that I'm running to score. So, yeah, please try to avoid cursing, at least saying the F-bomb in like the first minute. You're here with Twitch chat, they're down below. And so we're doing this video kind of live with them while I'm streaming it. And so this is the team that I'm using for Trials of Reckoning. It is an all bonus team. Where the only damage dealers in this group are Laswell and Oren. And I scored pretty well on this. As you can see, I'm currently ranked 12 in score. And it's pretty reliable. I guess I don't have the time to really just keep trying to push the science of the score, so I'm just kind of rolling with what I've got here. It works pretty well. It is a pretty whaley account. It does require having Bahamut and all of the units at least a 120, so that they can effectively have the stats to just run this as needed. So we're just going to go ahead and get into a run. So here we are, start of the boss battle. And the first thing that we're going to do is use Delay Buster on Yunalesca, pop the crit into slow. Yuna actually doesn't do any damage in this setup. All she does is vitalize Oren, and then we're going to move her over. Laswell's actually going to sit still and revitalize. That way he doesn't burn any more CT than he needs to. Zisa will move up right in front of this skeleton, and then she will do Steal Time on Yunalesca. Oren will, first turn I usually use Purify because it's a big TP, and by the time he's done using TP skills, he'll have exactly enough AP to use his 2-hit 3 times in the fight. And then we move Oren up and use Entrust the Future. That way he's guaranteed to crit. And then we will move Laswell up, and the first skill we'll use is Blade Flash Awakened on Yunalesca, and bring that ice resistance down. Tidus will move him over, and then we are going to Hastiga. It's very important that this Hastiga goes off, because it allows Oren to go a second time before Yunalesca on the last set. And then we will move Yuna over, and we will vitalize Laswell. Another great thing about this run is that even if in the very rare instance that she pops her barrier, the damage output of both is so vast that her barrier cannot keep up with the damage. So we're going to Steal Time again. And it's important to move Zisa every time you use Steal Time, because it helps her line up a little bit more with Yunalesca on the fight. Alright, and then we will start working on building Chain with Banishing Blade. 2 hits and the crits. Alright, and then we'll move Tidus over here. And then we'll get the element bonus here. We're doing Spear Shot onto the Curse Bones here. And then we set him up to go and hit the guy on the back end over there, the Elemental. Alright, and then we move Laswell up and do Exercising Storm. And then Yuna will move and use Energy Ray to finish off this guy over here. And then we will burn our last steal time on Yunalesca. And then move. Alright. And then we move into another Banishing Blade. There we go. Alright, we'll move the camera over. We move Tidus up. We will Spear Shot into the Wind Elemental here. And then we will move Laswell up. We will Exercising Storm. And then lastly, the last hit, a Banishing Blade with Yunalesca at low HP. For that overkill damage. Brings her down. Boss battle clear. A little over 10,000. I've scored 129. It all depends on how much damage is done throughout the fight. So what we'll do is we'll take a look at the team and the build and everything else. We'll look a little more in depth onto it. I think the one thing that I could probably do better here is to get a little more overkill damage when it comes to Tidus here by putting on his chain. I probably could run this one here, get a little more critical damage up. But seeing as that she never takes a turn, I don't have to really worry about like confusion resistance on my units, even though I have a couple of cloaks here to do confusion resistance. Because she never takes a turn, I never have to worry about being confused. So on Auron, I pretty much sped run getting a Shimmering Blade +5. Got it to maxed out so that he gets the most damage on there. For those of you that may be wondering, Shimmering Blade +5 is better than a Golden Blade +5 for Auron. It does better damage when it comes to his ice attacks. It's not as good on normal attacks, but most of the time you're going to be doing his elemental attacks anyways. Once again, we use a Yaku's TMR on him because in this setup with Fenrir and Glacial, you're going to get enough AP from using Purify and his Entrust skill to get him to use Shimmering Blade, use his attack, his 2-hit attack twice. Zisa is built with this much agility in mind, 85 agility. I kind of like speed tuned her a little bit so that she would go as fast as I needed her to go, but slow enough to stay in line with Yunalesca. Laswell, we gave Glacial and Fenrir so that he has the needed agility to get his attacks in when he needs to with Vitalize. I run him with Evasion, and I run Zisa with Evasion stuff on, simply because if they can avoid the attacks of the skeletons, then it helps with the damage score, the damage taken score. And then, Tidus here with Leviathan, and then his card on, just to help ensure that he lands those criticals, because he needs to land the critical on his unit, on Yunalesca, in order for the Delay Buster to work. Yes, I've got chat calling me a hacker. Well, also, and then of course Yuna is just pretty much here for the bonus and Vitalize. You'll notice in that fight she doesn't do any attacking at all. And yeah, and basically for Espers, the big Espers that you want are going to be Fenrir. So on Fenrir, we have full on Wind Eater and slash attack up. so that Orin is doing very much maximum damage to Yunalesca. And unfortunately, the thing about Glacial is it doesn't get enough, unfortunately, SP to go full Wind Eater and Ice Attack up. So we go full Ice Attack up, we go Wind Eater to 10%, and then we take the attack up nodes. Even if we added up all of the points here, so that's 30, 30, 90, possibly. No, wait, hold on. Yeah, it would be just better to have like the attack up nodes than to go Wind Eater 5%. And that's pretty much how I get my points on the runs. I appreciate you all for watching, and yeah, this has been a Trials of Reckoning 10K plus run. Catch y'all later.